Hello, everyone. My name is Matt Dozier with the U.S. Department of Energy. We're here at Solar Decathlon 2017 in Denver, Colorado. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is our first Solar Decathlon Facebook live stream of the day. We're going inside all 11 of the solar-powered houses here. So Solar Decathlon is a competition that challenges students to design and build solar-powered houses. They build them at their universities and colleges around the world, break them down, ship them here to Denver, rebuild them on site. So this house is the University of Maryland's React House. We're going to take a look inside, talk to some of the teammates, and see what makes this house so special. So all of these houses are powered by solar energy. This competition lasts for about 2 years, and it challenges these students to create innovative designs that use solar energy and other energy-efficient innovations in their houses. So let's meet some of the team members and talk to them about their house. So, hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Malik, and welcome to React by Team Maryland. React stands for Resilient Adaptive Climate Technology. Our theory is about thinking about it, taking traditional Native American principles of living and applying the contemporary design. And we think here in Denver, we present the house with the most innovation.
Okay.
And so
that's a big claim.
Yeah, we say in Maryland, always go with fearless ideas. That's what Terps are known for.
Fear the turtle as well. Fear the turtle. All right.
All right. So coming up our ramp, you'll see to the right of us, we have our main greenhouse courtyard. It's the centerpiece of our home and where we design everything around. It is the social hub of our home as well as the mechanical heart that drives all of the functions. And so inside you can see our vertical green walls and our beautiful modular furniture, and it's and above our glazed greenhouse courtyard vented roof.
We've already got a fan. David wants to know how much it costs.
Okay, how much does it cost, says David?
Including labor, we estimate about $460,000, but just with materials, $270,000. So this home is a prototype home, and so we think after it comes back to Maryland, we're working with developers to make it a first in a line of a manufactured home. And so after the process has been industrialized, we hope to bring that price down to somewhere in the low 200,000. And who can talk about more about the future of our design is Chris right here.
Okay.
He's a master's student, and his thesis is all about adaptability.
All right, thanks very much. Okay, let's meet Chris.
All right, I'm Chris.
Hi, here you go.
All right, welcome to React. The theme of our house is regenerative design. That means giving back to the environment, but also reusing waste as something useful. So that can mean our gray water filtration system that waters our plants. It can mean reusing nutrients through our composting toilet or composting food scraps. It could also mean reusing waste heat, which is kind of unique to this house. The heat from the courtyard can help dry food in our solar attic. Another theme of this house is how we combine the bathroom, laundry, and kitchen and the mechanical room along this red spine wall. What that does is increase the efficiency of all of our appliances and our mechanical systems. It condenses it, lower pipe distances, less wiring, and it helps our mass-produced model. You see these drawings that show kind of how we mass-produce the core to react to this certain climate. The core has all the complexity, all the expensive components of the house, but then the client can change the wings of the house and adapt it to how they want. So those are very flexible.
Okay, so a few of the houses we've seen so far, they had a target market of aging populations, the Northwestern house, the Las Vegas house. What is the target demographic for the React house?
So this is actually targeted to Native American tribes, not just one, but we've looked at several as clients. And so this is actually about intergenerational families. And so that can be about kind of growing the family and growing the house. So we have our panelized wall system. You'll learn more about the panelized wall system inside the house. But so it's right now, this particular house is for one couple, but we have an office that can turn into a bedroom, and the house can be redesigned with the same kind of DNA of our aspects.
Okay, and is that pretty easy to do, to sort of reconfigure and adapt with this house?
Yeah, with the panelized wall system, with our structurally insulated panels, we have no columns, and we have this disentangled structure, which you'll learn about more inside the house.
Okay, well, so why don't we head inside? So we'll just head in here, and somebody's going to talk to us. Okay, thank you very much, Chris. Okay.
Hi. Welcome to our home. Hi, my name's Ala.
Nice to meet you, Ala. What do you do with the team?
I am one of the architecture students on the team, and so we are currently standing in one of our modules. Our house is comprised of 4 modules centered around the green court, And the interior, as you can see, is not your typical type of interior. We have panelized the interiors of our home. So that is what we've done this for a specific reason. We're trying to separate our infrastructure from the structure so that it becomes easy access for anyone who lives here. One thing that we found when we were putting this house together, and a story that we like to tell, is that we had a leak about a day before the competition began. And we weren't sure what was going on. We weren't sure what was happening and why it was leaking. And down the corridor where the leak was, we took down one of the panels and we realized one of our fire suppression lines hadn't been tightened enough. Okay. So we tightened that fire suppression line, we put the panel back up, and it was done in less than 20 minutes. No need to rip some drywall or go through.
Right. I was going to say, so like if in a normal house, if you had a leak, you know, something's happening in the wall, you don't know where it is or what's the problem. Absolutely. I mean, that's a much bigger deal, right?
It is. It saves you time, it saves you money, and it creates no mess, which is exactly what you would want if you live in a house.
That's terrific.
Yeah. So that's one of the cool parts of our home. There's so many cool stuff that is going on. And so I'm going to pass you to my teammate Emma, who's going to talk a little bit about the innovations that we have inside the house.
All right, terrific. Thank you. Okay, so on to the kitchen, I see. What's your name?
I'm Emma.
Emma, and what's your role with the team?
So I'm an architecture student, but I've been communications director for Team Maryland.
Great. Okay.
So we're standing right now in the core module of the home. This is kind of embodied by our kitchen and our bathroom that come together around our red spine wall. This is the core of the home, and it distributes all of our systems, our electrical, our plumbing, our HVAC, and distributes it to our modules in an efficient manner. Just like the idea of a kit of parts, we have a couple elements in this home that embody it. Our reconfigurable furniture allows us to reconfigure our floor plan to suit the user's needs, seating up to 16 guests for parties and larger family gatherings.
Wow.
And while we have a lot of energy-efficient fixtures in the home, the one that Team Maryland is most proud of is our idea of the solar dryer, which we can see over here. So using seeing techniques that have been used for thousands of years, we're able to harness the power of the sun to dry fresh fruits, herbs, and vegetables in a space in the attic, which really allows us to efficiently use our space.
And does that have a connection then to the indigenous design that you're trying to incorporate in the house?
Yes, it definitely does. By using these techniques of preservation of food, we're able to kind of pull away from our energy draw on fridges and freezers, and we can store food items for months rather than the ones that go moldy in 3 days in our fridges.
That's terrific.
All right, so now that I've kind of introduced you to this idea, I'll send you out to our my colleague Stephen, who's on our living systems team, and he's going to talk to you a little bit more about the importance of plant life in our home.
Terrific. I can't wait to see what surprises he has installed for us.
Is anything else going to drop down on the ceiling on us, or are we good?
Okay, so yeah, no more ceiling surprises. Again,
Solar dryer on the
oh yeah.
not operating now.
Okay, so the solar dryer isn't operating yet. But so we're here at Solar Decathlon 2017, touring the University of Maryland's React House. This is just one of 11 houses that are here in this competition, which challenges students to design and build solar-powered houses. So it's packed with innovations, as we've seen so far. If you're watching on the stream live, please send in your comments, ask questions. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us where you're from if you're watching on the stream. So without further ado, let's go on to the next stop in the React House in Maryland. So we're outside again.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
Steven Palomino.
And what's your role on the team?
I am the landscape and site coordinator. Basically the landscape you see around the house. Okay. So since the house is tailored for a lovely couple from the First Nation, we wanted to bring the Native American culture to them. So as you can see as you walk around the house, every single vegetation or plant species was chosen for a reason. It's not just for show. And so they can be used for medicine, for nutrition, for food, for basket weaving. A lot of Native Americans take part in ceremonies, so a lot of these plants can be used for that. We also wanted to introduce a different type of urban agriculture, which is called companionship gardening, where basically you have corn, squash, and climbing beans working together cohesively. Instead of planting a garden that's completely monoculture, where you just plant one type of vegetable, right. We have these guys working together cohesively. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, so just how did the concept of focusing on the indigenous culture as a design component of the house. How did that idea come about? And is that is there a personal connection for a lot of the students in that goal?
Yeah, so we've been closely working with the Nanticoke tribe from Maryland. We spoke to them about a lot of their cultures and other, we've also done research ourselves, but we knew, because we were tailored for the First Nation, we knew that the wildlife, the vegetation, the things that, they live off of and adapt to, that was a big part of our house also. So we didn't want to kind of just skip over the landscape, skip over the what am I talking about here?
Exterior.
Yeah, the exterior and all that around the house.
Yeah. Great. Awesome.
And
okay.
So you can go on, continue to the mech room where you'll meet Emily and Tim.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. So onward, going around the deck here. A lot of nice outdoor space in this place. And here we have, I see some mechanical stuff. So what are your names?
Tim.
Emily Gu.
Nice to meet you. And what are your roles on the team?
So I'm part of the HVAC team.
I'm part of the water systems team.
Okay. And so what do we have going on here?
Yeah, so this is our mech room here. So everything that you see tries to reduce waste or energy in some form or way, which is imperative to the people that we're building for, which is the Nanticoke tribe. So here we have our ERV, which is energy recovery ventilation. Here is our indoor unit for our insulated tank, which is also connected to an outdoor unit. And there's another outdoor unit that's connected to our mini splits. And the unique thing about our HVAC system is that since the outdoor units are in the attic, it siphons the hot air that's produced in the greenhouse and allows the outdoor units to reduce energy consumption. So, yeah.
Terrific. Okay. Do you have more to add on the mechanicals here?
Not the mechanical, but our water system. Right here, as you can see, is our gray water filtration system. So we're actually collecting gray water that's coming from the bathroom unit. So it's a washing machine, the bathroom sink, and the shower. So that gray water is actually collected, and we're filtering it through these system of filters here and returning it back onto the landscape to grow our food, as well as returning it back into the house to wash our clothes.
Okay, so this house is integrated inside and out then, right? So talk to us a little bit about, we saw the red wall inside, and then they said that everything is sort of, combined there. So how does that work?
Yeah, so here is our spline, or the spine as we like to call it. So this module here is called the core because it houses all our HVAC, all our water, and all our electricity. And so all our wires and ducts and pumps go through this wall. So it's really the heart of our system.
Okay, great, cool. So very, very, condensed and combined. Does that make it easier to maintain and sort of use that way?
Yeah. So we have our removable panels, which allows for easier access to our systems. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what's our next stop then?
Oh, yeah. So we'll hand you off to Electric and Power.
Okay, thank you very much. Hi, how's it going? What's your name?
Hi, I'm Andrews, as a student system engineer.
Okay, nice to meet you. What do you have to show us here?
So what you see here is our energy processing hub, and so it draws all the energy from the solar panels on the two wings of the house. And what's unique about this system is our Solar Edge microinverter here. And what that's able to do is buy and sell energy from the grid to and from the grid at optimal times. And it's also able to charge our LG battery here when it's most efficient, and it can draw from that battery in times when there's at nighttime or when it's a cloudy day, for those times where we still have energy that's required to power the house, but when there's no sun.
Right. No problem with that today, though, right?
Oh, definitely not. It's a clear day, lots of energy being produced right this moment.
Produced and then stored as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stored in a battery here. Yep.
Terrific. Okay, so should we head back inside?
Yeah, so if you'll follow into the bathroom here,
okay.
You'll meet my friend Eleazar.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Eleazar.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a student at the University of Maryland.
And what's your role on the team?
I'm the part of the living system sub-team. So we made this hydroponic system and a composting toilet. We also collaborated with a lot of professors to make the green wall outside, and you can also see the green wall here in the green court. So one of the highlights of our bathroom is this composting toilet, because it doesn't operate in water. So all of the human waste that's excreted inside this house is collected in this solid bin and the liquid bin. So it uses decomposition methods in order to turn that human waste into useful fertilizers outside of the house, such as the planter boxes that you see.
All right, terrific. So we're touring the University of Maryland's React House right now. This is Solar Decathlon 2017. If you're just joining us, if you have questions about the toilet, about the battery system, ask them in the comments. We'll get to them. If we don't get to them on the stream, we'll answer them afterwards. So say hi. Let us know where you're from. But we're touring with the University of Maryland. So let's head on to the next innovation.
Yep. So the next innovation that I'll show you is the hydroponic system that we have here.
Okay,
so
great.
This is the mini garden of our house. This is one of the innovation highlights. So this hydroponic system, these plants are actually not grown in soil. They just grow in continuously flowing water, and that continuously flowing water contains the nutrients, and it's also pH adjusted. So that continuously flowing water circulates throughout these pots. So it goes to the top pot first, and then as it overflows, it goes to the next pot and back to the reservoir.
Awesome. So what kind of stuff are you growing here?
So right now we're growing butter lettuce, basil plants, and mint.
Could you grow pretty much anything in this? What kind of stuff would a person who lives in this house be able to? Is it flexible?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's very flexible, but the only thing that you have to consider is when we chose these plants, we considered their nutrient requirements and their pH requirements, because they are in one system, so you have to adjust them at their. They have to have this overlapping ideal growing conditions.
Okay,
Emily,
very cool.
Emily Frost has a comment. She wants to know if the composting toilet uses bacteria to speed up the decomposition.
And the question was, does the composting toilet use bacteria to speed up decomposition?
In a way, it is. The bacteria from the human waste decomposes it, but it also needs proper ventilation and a composting medium. So with the help of the sawdust, it actually balances the carbon and nitrogen compounds that are released from, that's the stinking compounds from the human poop. So the sawdust actually balances that, and with the proper ventilation, it actually helps the bacteria decompose that, the human waste.
Okay, very cool. Shall we head on to the next room?
All right. We have another question from Chris Mason. How often do you have to change gray water filters, and do you have to use special soaps and shampoos?
I cannot answer that question because the other station is the proper person to answer for that.
Okay, so we missed the experts on that, but we can circle back with them after the stream.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So where to next?
So Alan is the next one.
Okay.
He's going to introduce you to the automation part of the house.
Okay. Hi, Alan. How's it going?
Hello.
What's your role on the team?
My name's Alan Wee, and so my role here is to work with the more of the automation parts of this project. And so what I'd like to show you is more just what we have on this computer screen right now, which is our virtual house project. And so the idea behind it was that we would be able to see or predict how well our house might perform in many other locations. And so what we have running up right now on the screen is 4 locations: College Park, Danbury, Wisconsin, Denver, Colorado, and Irvine, California. And so if you see when we do click on the Colorado picture, what we end up getting is a lot of data and graphs. And so what we're doing here is we're just trying to ruminate through all the data and trying to see just how well our house is performing. And the one key highlight that I want to show is that we are net positive based on what we predict off of the weather forecasts for this area. And
so that means you're generating more electricity than the house is consuming, right?
Exactly. We are net positive.
Can you take us through what that graph is showing us?
And so what this graph shows us is that this yellow portion refers to our solar energy that's being produced through our panels, and our blue on the bottom is our appliance use. And so as we balance these two variables throughout the day, we end up seeing, okay, well, how much will I end up with through the day? And then we see that we are over 0, and we are net positive.
And people on the stream might be wondering, why are you running appliances in a house that nobody's living in right now? But that's part of the competition, right?
It's part of the competition, and we are trying to figure out this more also on more of a research scale. So that when we do bring this back to Maryland, we are trying to put this more into like a sustainability park where we can allow students to do more kinds of research associated with this kind of work, as well as many other smart technologies.
All right, terrific. Well, thank you very much. Where do we go next?
Head on towards the bedroom.
Bedroom. Okay. Thanks very much. All right. Hi, what's your name?
Sandra.
Hi, Sandra.
Sandra.
And what do you do with the team?
I'm in architecture.
Architecture. Okay, cool. I'm going to walk in here with you. So tell us what we're looking at here.
So this is actually one of 2 bedrooms. Our target audience was a young Native American couple, hence why we chose colors, textiles, and patterns. We really wanted to highlight that culture. And if you follow me to this next room.
Okay, onward.
So this is what we're calling our flex room. We're calling it our flex room because it is both a bedroom and a study. It can be either one. Currently we're using it as a study, as you can see. And I just really want to highlight this little piece of device. This is called an Arduino. It is actually collecting data that of our temperature and humidity and sending it to that screen that you saw in the hallway. So that's actually helping us be more energy efficient.
Right, terrific. Okay, so who came up with that idea?
That was our automation team with Alan that you spoke with earlier.
I gotcha. So they got some clever tricks up their sleeve. Cool, great. Well, thanks very much.
Thank you. And I'll pass you
back outside?
Yeah, back outside to the green wall.
Okay, thank you. Hi, how's it going? Hi, what are your names?
I'm Matt.
Sophie.
Yeah.
And what do you guys do with the team?
I'm the living systems sub-team leader.
And I'm on the architecture team.
Yeah.
Terrific. Okay, so we're out here in this beautiful greenhouse. So tell us a little bit more about it.
Cool. Yeah, welcome to our green court. It acts as the lungs of the house, lets fresh air and light in. We want to really create this intimate space with a lot of greenery, so we have green walls on either side. The green walls actually have a modular effect, kind of like the house. So you can easily remove shaded panels and take them out to our exterior green wall. This is important because in the winter months, you might have less hardy plants that can't survive in the frigid temperatures. So the idea is to bring those in and kind of get a seasonal crop rotation in.
So this house doesn't need to only be in like the brightest, sunniest, hottest areas, right?
No, it doesn't. We have the green courts as south-facing, windows, so it lets in sunlight no matter where we are.
So it also seems like a pretty nice place to relax and hang out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely a place for gathering. We call it the heart of the home. And so what the big idea is to have people events actually occupy this space throughout the seasons. So one of the big, innovations is that this acts as a solar absorber, and a lot of that heat is actually collected in that space and then drawn through our attic module. And as you can see up above, we have a louver system that opens and closes, and all that hot air is drawn through our hot water heat pump, as well as our condenser, and that's what's used to heat up the water and air inside the home, in addition to other systems.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's been a wonderful opportunity to be a part of this, especially being able to see a lot of our designs come to life. But most importantly, it's been a pleasure working with the team, people from all disciplines, and we couldn't have done it without the support of the University of Maryland, our sponsors, as well as our mentors. And
is there a reason for the dark-colored floors in here?
Is there a reason for the dark-colored floors? The question.
Yes, definitely. So the big idea is to have kind of this courtyard tie into the house. So as you can see, the tile kind of travels into the home because this is part of the unconditioned and as well as the conditioned space, if you see it that way. And what's really interesting is that helps with solar gain, and that's what's being able to, mitigate that temperature and then use it as well. And
are you about to beat Matt up right now?
We're a team, never.
I see a huge crowd of us.
Fear the turtle, right, guys?
Hey, Chris Mason wants to know, does it ever absorb too much heat, the floor?
Too much heat? Not at all. I guess at a certain temperature, this acts as in a way, a stone, so therefore it keeps it cool. So there is a kind of change in temperature when the sun is directly beaming on it, but over time it does act against it, and so it kind of keeps the space even cool.
All right. Terrific. Cool. Well, it's an amazing space and a really, really wonderful house. So how do you guys feel about the competition? Feel confident?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Okay, well, this is the University of Maryland's React House. This has been another Facebook Live broadcast from the U.S. Department of Energy's Solar Decathlon 2017. Thank you all for watching. If you have more questions, please drop them in the comments. We'll get to them after the stream. We're going to be going live with every house here at the U.S. Department of Energy Solar Decathlon 2017 in Denver, Colorado. So stick with us, stay tuned for more of the broadcast, and check out the People's Choice poll on the Solar Decathlon Facebook page. So go on, find the Solar Decathlon Facebook page, and it'll be the first thing at the top, and vote for Maryland. All right. Thanks, everybody.